Hello everybody! Today I'm going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Nike MX90 GORE-TEX. So let's just take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a pair of Nike MX90 GORE-TEX shoes, and this pair is in the men's UK size 9, US 10, Europe 44, Brazil 42, 28 cm, and it's also in a women's US size 11.5, and this pair is in the cool grey, Anthracite, Obsidian, pure platinum colourway. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by flipping up the box lid to reveal the contents inside. And of course let's peel back the wrapping or packing paper to reveal the Nike MX90 GORE-TEX in the cool grey, Anthracite, Obsidian, pure platinum colourway. And let's lift the pair up from its box. And just setting the box to the left hand side of the tabletop and giving you a look at the pair of shoes before we take much closer in looks. So now just setting the right shoe in the background as we focus in on the left shoe of this Nike MX90 GORE-TEX. Okay, and giving you a look at the left shoe, and let's do a 360 rotation so you have that full and clear look of the shoe before we take much closer in looks at its details. And now taking a much closer in look at its details so we can see the kind of tonality of the shoe with the different grades of grey, black, as well as obsidian or a very deep blue. And of course we can see the contrast details with the white midsole as well as the blue rubber sole of the shoe, as well as the blue TPU details as well, with part of the eye stay making out that design for that Amex 90. So this version, GORE-TEX Winterized. So as you can see with the upper, we have a very fine woven textile vamp in grey or anthracite, and we can see the black details with the kind of mudguard or overlay, and you can see the texturing details as well with the graining details of what might be synthetic leather or even genuine leather, and with the mudguard as well in obsidian or very rich blue or deep blue, forming the uppermost layer for the upper of the shoe. And as we move slowly back, we can see once again the various layering and colors making up the upper of the shoe, with the anthracite TPU at the top or uppermost part of the eye stay, in contrast with that blue or obsidian TPU forming the lower part of the eye stay. And taking a look at the Nike swoosh, so a very finely textured or grained Nike swoosh. And once again giving you a close-up detail or look at the details of the various textures of the panels and overlays. And we can see with the mudguard window, we can see the GORE-TEX branding in that cutout section. And of course with the midsole wedge, we can see the Nike Air unit or airbag in white, and seeing right through to the other side. So giving you that overall look at the details of this Nike MX90 GORE-TEX. Okay, and moving on towards the back, we see the TPU for the heel tab, in blue with the what appears to be Obsidian, or that very deep blue Nike Air branding on it. And then moving towards the inner side of the shoe, once again, quite clearly we can see that GORE-TEX branding in that high contrast Obsidian on blue in that mudguard cutout right above that blue midsole wedge. And moving back towards the quarter panel or midfoot area, you can see once again the layering of the different panels and colors. So quite a mashup of colors there, as you can see, with that tonality, starting with that Anthracite TPU clip or TPU section at the top part of the laces, and graduating down to a white of the midsole. Now taking a look from the front tip or toe of the shoe and slowly moving towards the back, so you can see the details along the length of the shoe. So with the tongue details, we see the GORE-TEX branding stitched on it in blue, so blue on a light grey or cool grey. And just giving a feel or squeeze of the tongue, so lightly padded with a level of thickness to it. And taking a look around the ankle and heel collar, so just squeezing around the ankle and heel collar of the shoe. So a dense but light to medium level and even bolstering or padding around the ankle and heel collar. And let's pop out the paper stuffing so we can see the inside details more clearly. So taking a look at the back of the tongue, you can see the label right there. And of course the lining details as well on the inside of the shoe and the materials label. So you can see that the upper is made up of a combination of leather as well as textile or fabric materials. And we can see that the insole is in black with the blue Nike Air branding on it. So right there giving you some sense of the inside details of this Nike MX90 GORE-TEX. And now let's take a look at the sole or bottom of the shoe. So it is a rubber waffle sole, and we can see it's got an interesting pattern towards the middle of the shoe in black, bordered by the blue around it. So just giving you a look up close at the various details along the length of this Nike MX90 GORE-TEX. So you can see the flex screws as well as the chunky tread blocks that make up the traction pattern for the shoe. And I'm going to drag my finger along its surface to give you some sense of the rubber sole. So the sole does have a bit of gumminess or tackiness to it, as you can hear. And now let's do a flexibility bend and twist test with my hands to give you some sense of the shoe's firmness, stiffness or pliability or flexibility. and just squeezing on the mid foam as well. So it is quite dense in feel. And just puffing the shoe back in shape. And now let's take a look at the right shoe, so setting the left shoe down and in the background as we bring the right shoe in frame. And let's do a 360 rotation with the shoe so you have that quick look of it. And now taking a close-up look at its details. So once again, we see the variety of colors making up the upper, consisting of leather as well as textiles sections, and there is a GORE-TEX hang tag attached to the shoe, and giving you a look at its details there on the GORE-TEX hang tag. And let's try and get the camcorder to focus in on the details if we can. Always a challenge. Nonetheless, right there, just about achieve focus on the details that's on the hang tag. Guaranteed to keep you dry, GORE-TEX products. Okay, so as I mentioned, the shoe is winterized or winter ready. So it does have waterproofing or some level of water resistance. As we can see with that GORE-TEX branding in the mudguard window or cutout. So once again, just giving you a quick look through at the various aspects of this Nike MX-90 GORE-TEX. And the various elements making up the design of the shoe. So once again, on the sole it does have that interesting irregular black middle to the sole's design, surrounded by the blue outer border. And of course, let's take a look on the inside as well and see what we can see. So once again, same details with the Nike Air branding in blue on black with the sock liner, and behind the tongue label. Once again with that light but puffy tongue, as well as that medium level of density padding around the ankle collar. Alright, and now let's take a look at the pair together side by side. And from the front to the back. and directly behind from the back. And the bottoms or soles of the shoes. So that's the Nike Air Max 90 Gore-Tex. Thanks for watching and happy walking!